Welcome back to Smart Speak English. Today, we're diving into something really practical, how to make sure your English emails and messages sound polite. You know, whether you're writing to your boss, maybe a colleague, or even just texting a friend, getting that tone right is so crucial.
It really is. It makes all the difference in how your message lands.
So this deep dive, we're aiming to give you some clear examples, specific phrases you can use, like straight away to boost your politeness in various situations.
Exactly. Think of it like fine-tuning your communication. Because sometimes what we mean isn't quite how it comes across, right?
Right.
And politeness sort of acts as that essential lubricant in those interactions. We'll explore why it matters and give you some actual language tools.
Okay, perfect. So let's start there. Why is being polite, so important in English communication specifically?
Well, in English-speaking cultures, the way you phrase things, the words you choose, they really influence how your message gets interpreted.
Okay.
Your words can make you sound kind, respectful, or sometimes unintentionally a bit rude or demanding.
Yeah, I can see that.
So understanding the difference between, say, formal and informal language is absolutely key to getting the right tone across. It's about showing you're aware of the other person.
That makes complete sense. So let's get concrete. How about some examples in a more formal setting, like emailing a colleague or maybe your manager? What are some good polite phrases there?
Okay, yeah. For formal emails, starting with something gentle like, I hope this email finds you well, can set a really positive tone right off the bat. And when you need something, phrasing it like, could you please let me know, is much, much better than just a direct demand.
More courteous.
Exactly. And showing you value their input, maybe saying, I would appreciate your feedback, works well. And always, thank you for your time as a closing. Standard, but important.
Right. Those are good ones. So, flip side, what kind of phrasing should we maybe steer clear of in those formal situations if politeness is the goal?
Well, something like, hey, I need this done ASAP. That can come across as quite abrupt.
Yeah, demanding.
Totally. Or instead of asking politely for confirmation, just saying, tell me if it's okay. It just lacks that layer of respect,
I see.
And what's really useful here actually is using words like could, would, may, those modal verbs we talk about. They really soften the tone in formal messages. Makes your requests sound less like orders and more like, well, considerate inquiries.
That's a great tip about the modal verbs. Okay, let's shift gears then. What about informal communication? Like texting a friend. How does politeness look different there?
Yeah, it's definitely more relaxed. You got more flexibility.
Sure.
So phrases like, hey, can you send it over when you have a moment? Or maybe, mind lending a hand with this. That works perfectly well.
Casual, but still nice.
Exactly. Even a simple, thanks a ton, gets the gratitude across in a relaxed way. But, it's still worth remembering that even with friends, a little politeness does go a long way.
True. Keeps the good vibes going.
Yeah, just being mindful of their time, their effort, it's always appreciated, isn't it?
Absolutely. Casual doesn't mean careless. Okay, so let's get to some super actionable stuff. Are there any quick, polite phrases that work pretty much anywhere? Formal, informal?
Oh, definitely. There are some real workhorse phrases. Would you mind? That's a fantastic way to make a polite request in almost any context.
Okay.
Adding, if it's not too much trouble, shows you're considering their effort.
Considerate.
Right. And when you need to check back on something, saying, I just wanted to follow up, sounds much gentler than, where is it?
Much gentler, yes.
Offering flexibility, like at your earliest convenience, respects their schedule. And a simple, let me know if you need anything else, shows you're helpful and approachable.
Those are great. Yeah, I can totally see how just adding one of those makes a message feel way more thoughtful.
They really do smooth things over.
Now, you mentioned a really simple but kind of brilliant tip, a quick check before hitting send. What was that again?
Yes. It's just a quick self-check. Before you send that email or text, ask yourself, would I feel respected if I received this? Just taking that brief second to see it from your side. It often flags any unintentional bluntness or spots where it might be misunderstood.
Yeah.
It prompts you to maybe tweak the wording for a better impact. It's really just putting yourself in their shoes for a moment.
That's such a great, easy way to make sure we're hitting the right tone. Fantastic. So just to sort of wrap this up then, the key takeaway seems to be that even small tweaks, tiny adjustments to your word choice can have a really big impact on how polite and professional you sound.
Exactly. Whether it's a formal email or just a quick casual text.
Right.
by just being a bit more conscious of your language, maybe using some of these polite phrases we talked about, you'll communicate more effectively, sure. You'll also build stronger, more positive relationships.
Excellent advice. Well, thank you for tuning in to Smart Speak English. If you found this deep dive helpful and you want more everyday English communication tips like this, please do like this video, share it, and subscribe to our channel. And hey, if you have any questions or maybe doubts about sounding polite in English, definitely leave a comment below. We really would love to hear from you. Speak smart. Speak with confidence. We look forward to exploring more aspects of effective English communication with you in our next session.